So how you doing? This is take 2 of the sharing economy. And, this is a random story starting out here. I'm just going to tell you straight up, I'm more comfortable talking about agronomy, so we're just going to give it a go here. When I was in college, we had these things called house parties. And eventually, things happened towards my sophomore, junior year, and they really shut that down. But when I go back and think about stuff, I remember sitting there at Dill Street, which is kind of the main bar, and I was thinking, man, they're making so much money on these $6 drinks. People lined up, it's packed. But if you think about it, there's only about 4 hours on a Friday. There you go, BX, hand puppets. 4 hours on a Saturday night, 4 hours on a Friday night. That's 8 hours in the week, and it has to carry the whole weight of that liability, of that capital building, of all these assets to really make money on. You gotta make money when you're making hay. When you compare that to just a house party, we call it 1311 Carson Street. Again, it's $3 for a band. They probably bring in $600 to $1,000, get 3 or 4 or 5 kegs, and everybody had their own house party. It was kind of a shared business where you just leveraged your house and your location, and people were making $500 a night doing that. And that's kind of where we're going to go with this shared economy. I know that's out there to start, but the best example of a shared economy and leveraging this gap is Airbnb. Just been out 3 or 4 or 5 years. But think about this. You have hotels on the beach that are just getting a ton of money out of people, say $500 a night, and there's a community of homes all the way around here that work all week hard to bring home $500 to $1,000 a week, and they have these spare rooms. So this huge gap exists between how much money they're getting from a leverage asset and how much this one room could bring, and they can live in the other 3. So the simple technology now that we have our smartphones, we have all these links and cookies and data to bring people together, allowed a company with hardly any capital investment to really disrupt an industry that's huge. That's what made Donald Trump rich, that made us president. So the old system of you have a problem, the central power takes care of it, a lot of this can go around because the central power has a physical address that they can't leave. It takes so much money to get anywhere from exactly where they're at. That's a problem. The lawyers have sued them to death. They have all these assets that are completely underutilized. And now they're getting so much pressure, and so many things aren't really a viable business plan anymore because technology is in our hands. 3D printers are going to come out that allow people to make all these products in their own home, linked all together here. So this isn't, blow your mind off information here, but we went from, in the 70s where you could really sell a niche and have the brick and mortar and have a successful business. Walmart came in, we replaced all those stores. Dollar General made it closer to people. Amazon got rid of all the capital, and the future is going to be people are going to be linked to the blockchain and be able to get the true value of some facet of commerce. So blockchain is going to allow not only people to have a trust system, but people will be linked to smart devices, and everything can be documented and untampered. So say my fridge says, hey, we're out of beer. It could link up to somebody who lives in a home, who has a solar panel, that owns a drone, to go, and the Amazon distribution center may drop off goods at smaller distribution centers within 5 miles away from homes, and that drone can go off the solar panel and bring it to that without the person even leaving a home or even knowing what's going on. It all just happens, and that person could actually get paid for that commerce that replaced all the capital UPS drivers of somebody actually taking one product to every house and driving all over God's creations. That's where we're heading. So this gap I'm talking about between the leveraged asset on the beach and the one room next to the beach is very similar to what I'm talking about with Constant Canopy. Not only sharing resources, what I'm talking about with manure, but sharing sunshine and that was when you hit a wall. Okay, we're gonna try again. Sorry, James, if you're the only one watching. I'm practicing. Practice makes perfect, right? All right. We'll talk to you later.